Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Monday's Daily Video Devo. Rene here on the back porch at our house. It's been a while since we've been here, but we are back today. And I want to focus on a principle we talked about at the end of the message yesterday. And I used an illustration I want to come back to today because I think it kind of resonates with where a lot of us are coming from, what a lot of us have tried when it comes to religion. I said yesterday, imagine some people who are hearing a great song and they start to tap their toes and they start to move their body. Maybe you wouldn't call it dancing, maybe you would, but they're moving their bodies, they're having a good time because they're hearing the music. It's making them move. Now imagine somebody coming into this situation, he sees everybody smiling, they're clearly happy, and he tries to imitate what they're doing. The difference is he can't hear the music. He is completely deaf. And so he's clapping, he's moving around, he's kind of raising his arms, and he thinks to himself after a while, you know what? I don't know why these people are so happy because this is doing nothing for me. From his perspective, he was doing exactly what all the other people were doing. The difference is he was doing it as a routine, he was doing it by rote, he was doing it because he didn't hear the music. He was just imitating their movements, thinking their movements was what dancing was all about. But of course, dancing is about the music and letting the music move through you and change your behavior from the inside out. And to me, that's a great analogy of what it means to live the Christian life. A lot of people see mature Christians and they see them maybe fasting during this season of Lent that's coming up. They see them reading the Bible every day, doing daily devotions. They see them worshiping, maybe even raising their hands in worship, closing their eyes. And they look at these devout Christians who are clearly joyful and they think, okay, that's what it takes to live a good Christian life. And so they fast and they read the Bible and they pray and they worship, maybe even they lift up their hands, but they're not feeling it inside. And they think to themselves, well, I tried this Christianity stuff and it didn't work for me. But the problem is they never heard the music. You've got to start with hearing the music. And this is what Paul is talking about in one of my favorite passages of the Bible in Colossians. The very last couple of verses in Colossians 2 and the first couple of verses in Colossians 3, Paul says, "Why do you still submit to the rules of this world? Do not handle, do not taste, do not touch. These rules are based on merely human commands and teachings. They have an appearance of wisdom with their self-imposed worship, their false humility, and their harsh treatment of the body, but they lack any value in restraining sensual indulgence." In other words, those are the people who are just by rote, clapping their hands, moving their feet, they're doing all the motions, but they're not hearing the music. And Paul says in the next two verses, "Since then you have been raised with Christ, set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on earthly things." And when he says earthly things in context there, he's talking about earthly systems of controlling behavior. He's saying, no, you got something supernatural. You got to listen to the music of the beautiful story of Jesus Christ, who came into this world for real and loved you so much that he died on the cross for your sins, and then he rose again and will empower you to live a changed life now. Man, you keep focusing on Christ, keep listening to the music, and your behavior is going to change. You're going to start to move to the beat of that new song. And that's what we get to do during this season of Lent. Next weekend, we start a brand new series called Light in the Darkness. It's all about Jesus Christ's journey to the cross in the Gospel of Mark. And I'm also putting daily devos in the bulletin, printed devos if you prefer those, because I really want us during this 40-day period before Easter to set our thoughts, our minds, to tune our ears into the song of Jesus Christ. That focus is what's going to change us. That is the key to self-control. Well, today, set your minds on things above, not on earthly things, on Jesus Christ, and you're going to have a great day.